Hello, Jared. I'm Scott Hebert, Director of Instruction at the Grand Traverse Resort and Spa. We're just going to start out letting you take a look at your swing in slow motion. And now we'll start to discuss it and take a closer look at it. Okay, Jared, you're the first guy that we saw playing in shoulder pads today. But I'm obviously kidding. Very athletic setup. I love the way your body looks with your left shoulder tilted up nice and high. I don't like where your ball's positioned for a driver. And what we want to see is the ball positioned more underneath your left forearm. The reason being is we're not maximizing what we can do with the driver because your angle of approach is too steep into the ball. Now I know why you play the ball back there, because if you play it up forward where everyone tells you to play it, your ball hooks to the left. And that's normally what good athletes do, is they find a way to make their ball go straight. So we've got to go back to setup, and if we're going to move the ball forward, what we need to do is strengthen your left hand. As I should not be able to see your entire left thumb. So looking at more of a proper grip, we'll take a look at Tiger Woods' grip. He's not too bad. As we can see that right hand covers up the thumb, and if I zoom in too much here, it's going to get pretty grainy. But we're still going to get the look of this right hand's quite a bit underneath, and left hand's just a touch that way. And what we want is those two lines to run parallel to one another. Those lines from your thumb and your index finger. Because our problem is once we get the release of the golf club, you break a major fundamental of golf, which is that your left wrist is cupped. So when we look at your left arm, when it's perpendicular, and we just picture a clock here, this being 12 o'clock, this being 6 o'clock, that your club's over in the neighborhood of 5 o'clock. And then when we take a look at some of these other golfers, we'll take a look at Ernie Els. And when his left arm is perpendicular, his club points over to 7 o'clock. Or if we look at Chad Campbell, when his left arm is perpendicular, somewhere right in between those two, his club is still back. Angel Cabrera, when his left arm is perpendicular, it's about right in there where the club would be more along in these lines. And even Phil Mickelson, we'll flip him around, make him look like a right-hander. But when the left arm is perpendicular, that the club is pointing back here towards 7 o'clock. This is what we call lag in golf, but what it does is it allows for a flat left wrist at impact. So we can see right through here, there's no cupping in the left wrist. As we go through here, there's no cupping in the left wrist. As we go through here, there's no cupping in the left wrist that we see with your swing. And that's a grip issue. And what you've done is you've built your setup around that. That's why the ball's played back, because when you play it forward, that's what makes it go high left. So to fix it, we just need to strengthen the left hand, move the ball forward, and then let your athleticism start to take over, and then you will start to flatten out. So you can see that not a whole lot of lag in there. For a big guy, I mean, you shouldn't be hitting driver off that white tee because you're going to go through the fairway. And the other thing that it causes, that poor grip, is not a very good release. So we can see your glove hand is on top of your right arm when it's parallel to the ground. And if we just go to these guys and we go through, look where that is. Look at how much of that glove hand we see. Look at how much of that glove hand we see. Look at how much of that glove hand we see. This is what generates the speed. So if we hold it so we can lag it, we flatten, then release. Other than that, I really like the motion, and just to show you what that tension does to you, if we look at where you are in your practice swing on the way through, still a little cup, but there's a little bit of that glove hand on there. So in order for you not to hook it, you've moved the ball back and you've really held on to it. So just try that. Move it forward, strengthen your left hand, weaken your right hand, and see what happens.